Let us then shift and look at some population situations. For the first thousands of years of human history, human population growth was negligible. It is noted that the annual growth rates was around 0.002%, which is hardly anything, which really meant that for a population to double at that rate, it would take 35,000 years. This is 2016. That's not true anymore. Our population doubles much faster today. Why? What has happened? Where are we heading? Where are we taking these young people to with this rapidly increasing population? So trends have changed, aspects have changed, situations have changed, and certainly as more people are born, more people get into the population dynamics, more people will continue to be born. And as medical science increases, and as technology increases, and the life expectancy also increases, death rates slow down. People are not dying at appropriate ages because of better health care today. And because of this, progress in science, especially medical science, and with robotics and technology coming into play, with artificial body parts now being created and used, birth rates will continue to increase, death rates will continue to drop, and that will create a disbalance in the population dynamics, something that needs to be seriously considered. Today, in many European and developed nations, there is a large population of the elderly, while there is a dwindling population of the young, because they've done immense birth control measures. But with the increased healthcare, the old people are not dying off, and therefore it creates a disbalance. The old people can't work, the old people can't contribute to the economics of the nation, and the young people are not there to contribute to the economics. And so that is an issue that needs to be dealt with, and if we don't begin now, it will become difficult to deal with it later on. The last 1,000 years have showed only a slight increase until the 20th century. Now look at what happened in the 20th century. We've seen the Reformation, we've seen the Renaissance, we've seen the Industrial Revolution. All that led to an increasing population. More people were surviving, more people were producing and giving birth to children. And so as the infant birth rate increased and the mortality rate staggered because of better health care, the population is in disbalance. So population growths today have reached unprecedented levels. We saw that in the early part of human history, to double the population took 35,000 years. Now it's probably taking 5 or even less to double the number of people living on planet Earth today. The rapid increase in the rate of population growth since the mid-20th century has been caused by increasing fertility, but by drastic declines in mortality rates. The contributing factor is not the increased birth rates. The contributing factor is the decreased mortality rates. So nations today have fewer younger people, but they have more of the elderly, and they need to be looked after, they need to be cared for, and with increased health care and all that, they're not going to disappear very fast. So what does a nation do with that kind of population dynamics? In the industrialized world, birth and death rates both declined gradually over a period of centuries beginning around the 1650. Birth rate dropped because they enforced and practiced birth control measures, and the death rate dropped because of increasing medical facilities and healthcare. In the developing world, however, which Pakistan is a part of, death rates have dropped rapidly only in the last few decades of the century as healthcare becomes better and affordable. See, for our young people, it is important to know healthcare is there, but it comes at a cost, and it comes at a heavy cost. How many people can really afford to go and get the good healthcare? And that has only happened recently in our part of the world. However, to report an average world population growth rate at present of 2% is misleading, because that's an average. So in some nations, especially in the developed ones, the rate may still be 0.2 or 0.3, but in the underdeveloped and developing world, it could be as high as 3 or 2.8%. So it's misleading when we say that the average population growth rate for the world is 2%. It differs from nation to nation.